Seguinte, pessoal, nesse exato momento a gente vai estar acompanhando o nosso representante brasileiro Yus contra o MAGD. MAGD de Val e Yus de Fate. Bora lá.
Whoever loses this game gets completely knocked out of the event. MAGD on the Val, Yus on the Fate, and already picking up the orb. MAGD playing nice and slow, playing out of the corner. Yus able to catch the jump with the side A.
A lot of respect initially in this game. They both know what they are capable of, and they both know exactly what they have in store. Yus also infamously one of the players in this tournament that has been playing very, very patiently. MAGD knows exactly what it needs to do to beat him.
So MAGD is doing the thing that I forgot who it was I talked about this with. It was either Apollo or Godly, please forgive me. But he is dash jumping over and over again. And so how do you counter that, especially when you have orb? The answer is D-Light. Make MAGD uncomfortable for this. Dash jumping like that, it can be amazing to be able to, you know, put yourself in a position to get somebody to whiff. But if you can anti-air them, it'll be amazing. That being said, look at that lovely string from MAGD.
I mean, we talk a lot about reads. We talk about soft reads here on the stream, especially whenever we have a string weapon on the screen. But whenever you have these kinds of games, what do you need to go for? You need to go for movement reads. You need to go for soft movement reads. Throughout those D-lights so that MAGD knows which options he's going to have to be a little bit more careful with using.
I can't believe that MAGD did get hit by that end light as well. Yus wanted to cover the weapon, he had the right idea, but MAGD just spaced himself so well, picked it up, and now sword on hand. How does he land against Orb? Yus missing the side light, that would have, of course, comboed into the side A. That is the way that Orb KOs. Either the jump call out with side A or side light side A.
Or sidelight neutral signature. Apparently, Yus has been using that a lot throughout this weekend and showing us that it has great use.
Caraca, levou o primeiro estoque. Mas lembrando que o MAGD já tá no kill damage, né, mano? Qualquer coisinha que o Yus fizer aí, ele consegue dar KO. Apesar de ser uma Val, né? Com bastante defesa. A gente tem do outro lado a Fate com bastante dano também.
Okay, looking to catch a landing with a sidelight. MAGD is just making the most use out of this engine. He is playing floaty. He is just waiting to see what Yus does. But look at that anti-air. That was amazing.
Using the neutral signature to make sure to stop him from landing there. A lot of these landing callouts are probably going to be very important moving further into the set here. Picking up the end light, able to get the Sair as well, MAGD able to kind of stop some of that momentum with a weapon throw. Actually scratch that. Yus is going to keep on this weapon starve, and MAGD cannot get in.
Caraca, nice, nice, muito nice. Vai pro Starving.
This is how you get you consistent KOs. Can I get a side light? No, but we can get an end light as well. It puts you off stage. You whip that end sig. MAGD gets back on, whiffs an end light of his own, and he is still somehow not hanging out
nice.
to the stock. That's what I was going to say the whole time.
I didn't even realize a neutral signature on the orb is such an amazing tool against MAGD whenever he's dash jumping right above you. You have a large hitbox, it's hard to punish.
It's fast.
If they are also in the air, it can be kind of tricky to get the punish in. Yus has a toolkit to dismantle MAGD's techniques right now, but MAGD's techniques just seem to be a little bit too strong. It gets that read, goes for a second one, gets a true combo off of it too.
Backs off a little bit here. Yus just going to be looking for another end light, looking to catch a landing with a side light, but MAGD has established again and again that he is going to delay his landings as much as possible. He is not getting hit by any side lights. Yus backing up a little bit, jumping into an end light of MAGD's own. He's opting to play a little bit more grounded, gets the neutral, missing the side light. Good punish with the orb D-light.
D-light, very nice to try, and again condition out some of that diagonal movement that MAGD is using a lot of. Trying to catch the landing, unable to do so. MAGD using a dare to land safely. Able to get back with a Sair as well if he gets this knock.
Nossa senhora, que punish bom.
And the unarmed dare to follow it up. MAGD is...
Caraca, levou. Levou, tranquilo, sem muitos problemas. GG. Olha o Yus aí.
On Demon Island. Like, Yus would not be playing Demon Island if he was uncomfortable punishing side-sig off of Sword Val, right? That's one of the best maps for Val for that reason, because you can cover such a large portion of the wall. In general, just maps with small walls, but either way, Yus able to pick up that landing again. We've been talking about these catches that he's been getting off of the landings. That's where he picks up a lot of this chip damage.
Side light Sido comes out, putting MAGD off stage, catching him, overextending with the Sido, and now Yus backs off once again. Right now, it is MAGD alternating between grounded and floaty gameplay, and Yus is just trying his best to catch onto his tempo.
Able to pick up yet again the landing with the side lights there. Able to pick up the attempt to get back as well.
Caraca, que ideia bonita.
And there it is.
Muito clean, muito
The
clean.
initial lead, and I believe it, forgive me if I'm wrong, MAIS got the initial lead last game around, so it looks like, you know, whichever terrain uses...
Caso você não entenda, galera, esses nomes dos ataques e tal, tem videozinho lá no canal, vídeo de nomenclaturas, beleza? Pesquisa Lynxwagner nomenclaturas que você acha, explicando e tal. E caso você queira dar suporte pro canal, tem o Seja Membro a partir de R$2,99. Entra no nosso servidor do Discord também, tá o link aí na descrição. E caso você queira receber aula, uma análise de replay em forma de aula, você pode se tornar membro a partir de R$7,99 no canal principal, tá? Só ir lá e GG.
He gets that down, but MAIS didn't get much else off of it. He's slowing it down. User saying, okay, you're going to be the one to approach me. He's holding his ground here. He knows to respect that end light. MAIS gets a huge opening. How does he get this edge guard now? He's being nice and patient. He jumps out there, seeing what User's going to do. Use, okay, falls into that end light.
I mean, they know that Use doesn't have to do anything. Gets that dare off though. I was almost expecting a large call out. He knew that that side stick was going out. He was just
Nice.
baiting it out at that point. What an amazing offstage interaction from Use. Masterfully played.
Yeah, he's getting outplayed. I think I'm going to say it right now. I think Use is pretty heavily outplaying MAIS. He seems so confident off stage. He seems so confident in neutral. He's not getting hit by any of these. And MAIS, at least he didn't get punished.
Nossa, que recovery exhausted bonito, rapaz. Caraca, sobreviveu demais.
Able to pick up that knockout, but MAIS already fallen so far behind. He's gonna need almost. He's either gonna need to start winning neutral consistently, which has proven to be almost impossible against Use, or he's gonna
just
need.
start winning.
He might, yeah, basically. I mean, he's gonna need a large read or something to get started here. Which then again, we have seen MAIS time and time again, not only in this set, but also yesterday. He's able to pick up these reads and quickly turn around the game. Silent recovery though, sorry, end-light recovery, going to be taking that stock off.
Can't believe that KO from across the stage. My goodness. Yeah, Use is up an entire stock at this point, lands with the sider, and he continues to be the one that is controlling the neutral. MAIS, how do you change the way that you approach? When Use has orb on hand, he catches MAIS falling on him with all these end lights. When he's falling in front of him, he catches him with all these side lights. MAIS can't land on him, Polly.
Getting a couple of nairs as MAIS is trying to stay above him. Sidelights here coming out, pushing him away just a little bit. Endlight coming out, patrolling the side of the stage. Another one. I can smell the dare. Use loves going for them. MAIS is so afraid of it, but he's still able to get back up. Sidelights here. Use is beating MAIS at his own game right now, and the time is running out. Use is getting closer and closer to finding this knockout.
Yeah, this orb is quite the defense mechanism.
Caraca, pegou muito bem o pulo dele, na moral. Bora lá, jogo 3.
You know, anxious to approach, especially because Use was the one that came up in a lead that game around. MAIS dash jumping like
Ah, mudança de pique, agora que eu me toquei. De Petra, mano, ele tá de Petra.
they dashed up over and over. I'm seeing it happen now, and I'm seeing it get punished.
I like this from MAIS. Swapping over to the orb. You beat me at my own game. I'll swap over to the orb and beat you at your own game too. I don't need that sword. And then, I mean, to be fair, the sword, sorry, from MAIS as well, it wasn't doing that much work. The gauntlets were looking very, very solid. And so swapping over for an orb, I'll say it time and time again this weekend, it looks like orb is probably going to be higher up on a lot of people's tier lists.
It's good, it's consistent, it's solid, it's nice and disjointed. And right now, MAIS and Use, they're fighting for the next hit. Side light recovery, landing back down, looking for that end light, not going to be successful. Gets that side light, looking to catch a landing, missing that end light as well. This is a very patient game from both of these players. MAIS has stopped dodging down after getting hit by Scythe end light. Okay, he dodges out that time. Use, this is where you do end light recovery. This is where it hits.
Side signature comes out. MAIS is going to be able to space around that, going for a high recovery that time around, waiting for that weapon spawn, trying to go for an end light. Use is not able to get a punish in though. Has an orb of themselves now though.
Okay, dashing it through with the side light. The side light comes out once again. MAIS just gets put off stage. Use has not been able to close. MAIS wanted to go for a bit of a cheeky GC and Sig there. It did not connect, but it at least gave him the opening to get back onto the stage.
Able to pick up that Nair. Still anyone's first stock at this point. Sair comes out almost enough. MAIS is going to be able to come back to the stage from that. Gonna have to try and get over the ledge as well, though. I can smell the N-Sig from a mile away, but Use didn't go for it. MAIS spacing around it quite well.
Caraca, siga pegando no chão, viu? Ai, que problemática.
Which he did in the first game.
Orb on hand, I'm wondering if this Petru switch is paying off, and it already is, but let's see how Use is just able to adapt at this point. Side light puts him off stage. He's used up
Nice.
Yep. Gosh, Scythe recovery. It's so active. It is out there. It sends you at such a nasty angle. It is so difficult to avoid.
At the two-part angle as well, right that the recovery has. Very, very dangerous offstage indeed. And Use has been making amazing use of it so far. Megdi able to get that landing, picking up an end light, wanted to get that edge guard. I think if he did get that nair, it would have been the dodge call out as well. Would have been super massive for Megdi, but unfortunately it won't be connecting. That is a dodge expended from Use.
Caraca, pegou o dodge dele, mano. Puta vida, esse daí foi bad.
Megdi has secured himself a much more comfortable
That is the
lead.
magic of Gauntlet. That's
Yeah.
what Gauntlet can do to you off stage sometimes. And Megdi now has that stock lead. So let's see how Use is able to play from what looks like a pretty significant deficit. He is left weaponless. He eats that end light. He picks up a scythe, looking for the neutral call out. Megdi has hit so many end lights. Side light recovery, landing back down, resetting. Oh my gosh, this is so much damage.
By far the biggest lead that Megdi has had over Use this entire set so far, and he is keeping it pushing. This is the thing, you can't go even against Megdi. This is what he's so good at. If you're one stock behind, it's as if you were 5 stocks behind when you're against this man.
Use's weapon gets knocked off, now has to
Mentira que isso pegou, velho. Caraca. Ele tava descendo ainda.
This weapon switch
374 damage on the gauntlets compared to 55 on the orb. He picked that orb, maybe, I guess, just to have another weapon to throw away. I'm not sure.
and he
This
never needed
ring
it.
from
It was just a
Petrona?
nice little backup, just in case.
Exactly. Just in case you might need it. But then again, this orb still has time to shine. But I think we all understand now which weapon Megdi prefers in this matchup.
Scythe is one of those weapons that, hey, if you're hitting it, great. If you're not, then it kind of feels like the worst weapon in the game. And I'm kind of seeing that happen now with Use. I'm seeing end lights not lead into anything. I'm seeing side lights not lead into anything. And as a result, definitely struggling to make up some of that consistent damage that Megdi has by comparison.
For sure. I mean, Megdi
Caraca, 3 dentro light seguida.
almost immune to Use's scythe gameplay so far. As every single time that Use is trying to
Got
go
it.
Caraca, arriscou muito, Yusuf. Ai, velho, esse daí foi bad demais.
That's such a nasty angle too. Megdi once again has another lead. I mean,
the nairs into the read as well. He gets so much damage off of this. Almost a full stock lead yet again.
oh my gosh, that's
Another
another
one.
one. That's a sideline recovery. Megdi gonna be looking for the neutral. Okay, what? Oh, okay, I guess that hit. Another red light connects on behalf of Use here. Jumping around, sideline sider, putting Megdi off stage. How do you get this edge guard? Use playing nice and patient. Neutral looking to scout out that dodge. Puts himself off stage. Megdi whiffs and light. Goes the wrong direction.
Caraca, deu que eu não chego a fazer dar não.
He needed
Optimal,
to turn
yeah.
around.
Very, very optimal with punish coming out from Use there. Getting the stock there as well as Megdi is trying to now get a stock of his own. He did build up a very, very significant stock lead.
Caraca, mano.
He's able to get the knockout really quickly. The reads, I mean, Megdi has figured something out. Some form of pattern. I'm not seeing it. Are you, Dara?
How many sideline recoveries has he hit already? And where is Use's dodge? Those are the questions that I have at the moment.
He keeps taking that dodge. I mean, Use uses one dodge in neutral, and Megdi is somehow able to sneak in there in time and pick up a gauntlet nair.
I don't know how, but guess what? He is able to make it work for him. And because look at this amazing lead that he's built up for himself. Yeah, I feel like the switch off was amazing. He is also the real switch that Megdi did. He changed up his defensive options. Use is opting to play a little bit more on the orb now, but even now, he is struggling to land against Megdi.
Able to pick up an end light, try to go for the follow-up there as well, but Use is not going to be falling for that one, keeping his escape options as random as possible, as Megdi's reads are getting more and more dangerous so far. Very, very patient game. They're trying to go evenly here, but Use is not even able to do that so far.
Sidelight Sider finally catching that whip downer. Anytime you see Gauntlet whip downer, you're like, oh, thank God, that is my opening. Thank you for giving me this gift.
That's their one moment to try and get some damage. Use now, right below Megdi, able to get a landing. Sidelight there on the punish, sticking to the orb.
Nice, seguizinha rápida, dá susto, viu? Mas, cara, é muito difícil de conseguir alcançar o Megdi, velho, na moral.
Sticking it out with the orb. This is elimination side. This could be Megdi's final game if Use makes this comeback. Use wants it. Use is hungry for it. Let's see if it happens.
It's gonna be so hard. Megdi is performing so incredibly well right now, and as we mentioned, I mean, he's in Use's head at this point. He's got so many other dodges figured out. Use knows he needs to be careful. Dodge up and in. Almost got a read off of that. Sidelight and Sig is going to be applying some chip damage though. Use is kind of catching up.
He's catching up. He's getting that end light. He's backing off a little bit. McD gonna be stuck in the corner for just a second, looking to gently reset neutral here. Dash jumping in, out. When is he gonna approach? He whiffs the jump side, and as a result, just eats a quick little punish, but nothing substantial. The game is even. He eats a side.
Dá pra ver se... Ai, meu Deus, dá pra ganhar isso. Que nervoso, bicho. Oh! Nice! Mano, não achei que ele fosse levar não, velho. Não achei. Eu fiquei... Esse comeback que ele teve que fazer foi muito louco. Mano, entra no nosso servidor do Discord na descrição, deixa nos comentários o que você achou das partidas. E é isso aí, até a próxima. O Brasil tá indo.